Chapter 2. He woke to the second day of his high school life, and it was quite ordinary. Even though he had started to attend high school, it didn't mean that the Earth's rotation cycle would be affected. He lightly washed his face, since he was going to properly wash it again later, and put on his usual attire. Then he went downstairs to the dining room and saw that Miyuki had started to make breakfast. Morning, Miyuki, or quite early today. It was still the break of dawn, and there was no sign of the spring sun yet. It was still too early to go to school. The first lesson was at 8 AM sharp, and commuting to school would probably take roughly 30 minutes. So it would be ideal to leave the house at 7:30 AM. Preparing breakfast, eating, cleaning up. If we consider the time for all of this, there would still be over an hour of extra time. Good morning, Onisama. Please help yourself. Thanks. She handed him a glass of fresh juice. After a sincere word of gratitude, he emptied the glass in one breath and then returned it into Miyuki's outstretched hand. Miyuki had a perfect glass of Tatsuya's printing pattern just at the exact moment he was about to say, "I'm leaving," to his little sister, who was once again facing the kitchen table. Miyuki's hand stopped and she turned around. Onisama was actually planning to go with you today. Upon saying that, she lifted a basket full of sandwiches. It seemed more accurate that she had finished making breakfast, other than started to make breakfast. "I don't really mind, but will you be coming in your uniform?" he asked while eyeing the school uniform under her apron, a stark contrast to the sweatshirt he was wearing. "I haven't reported to Sensei about school enrollment yet, and also I can no longer accompany you in your journey, Onisama." And that was Miyuki's answer. The reason why she had already changed into her school uniform this early in the morning was to show her high school look to him. Understood, Miyuki. It's not like you need to carry out the same morning training as I do, but Master will be happy to see you. So I hope that he doesn't start running amok to being overly happy. If that happens, then Onisama, please protect me. The sweet wink from his little sister naturally brought a smile to Tatsuya's face. And the slightly chilly, refreshing air of the early morning, a young woman was gliding up the hill road on her roller braids, her long hair and skirts fluttering the wind. Without kicking off the ground to propel her, she was zooming up the gentle but long hill road against gravity. Her speed probably reached 60 kilometers per hour. Tatsuya was keeping pace besides her. Though he was young, each stride he took went as far as 10 meters, but he did not look as relaxed as Miyuki did. "Perhaps I should slow down a bit more than it would encounter training," Miyuki asked, having stood around, glancing backwards on one foot with somewhere lying out looking single breath, despite 10 minutes, but lined up and on the propelling devices installed in their shoes. Needless to say, the speed was an effective pattern. What Miyuki was using was a decreased acceleration due to gravity, and a magic that would allow her body to follow the flow of the road to move towards her destination. What Tatsuya was using was a magic that would amplify both acceleration and deceleration forces generated when he kicked off the ground, and a magic that would suppress his upward motion to prevent him from jumping too high. Both of them were using a simple combination of motion and acceleration spells. As a result of their simplicity, not just Miyuki but even Tatsuya, who could was able to maintain a persistent invocation. Such a situation couldn't be said which magic. The one employed by Miyuki was wearing roller blades, or the one employed by Tatsuya was running on his own deck was of a higher difficulty level. At one look, with the rollers to reduce the burden of motion, it seemed like it was more effortless for Miyuki, but without looking using her own feet, it meant that she had to control her motion vector completely with magic. On the other hand, for Tatsuya, he could determine the direction of his movement with his running legs. Tatsuya had to continuously reactivate his spell at every single step, and Miyuki could not release her control of her spell even an instant. The training each of them was imposing on themselves were of completely different nature. Their destination was about 10 minutes away from their house. At the speed they were moving on top of a slightly elevated hill. If you were to use a single word to describe it, it would be temple. However, the people who gathered there did not resemble any priests, monks, not even novice monks in the slightest. If we are daring enough to put a fitting label on them, practitioners of austerities or soldier priests might be more appropriate. Surrounded by the atmosphere of being rich towards girls, especially towards young ones who would make them so fearful that they wouldn't be able to get close, Miyuki glided in on her roller blades without a single moment of hesitation. One was an act that was unlike her usual, well-focused look the head had represented. frequently taller is fine, to the point of irritation, so she just dismissed the formality. As to what Tatsuya was doing at the time, he had not kept up his face. No, that wasn't. He had in fact met the violent reception as he passed through the temple gate. When one starts go to this temple, one will start sparring off with a single person at a time, but right now there were around 20 of the middle rank or lower disciples coming at Tatsuya all at once, not wrong prophet, unusual. Miyuki Kon, long time no see, a very voice suddenly called out from Miyuki Koukou, who was around to look where their elder brother was burning a mass of people. Sensei, please stop erasing your presence and sneaking up on us. We have been looking all over for you. Despite any extra busy land, the same kind of thing kept happening over and over to the point that it's not so much a shock as a pointless waste of Miyuki. Telling me not to sneak about Miyuki-kun is giving quite a tall order. I'm a shinobi, sneaking around is what I do. Wearing the black robe of a monk with a clean-shaven head, he did not seem at all out of place here, but did not give any impression of age. The only description that could really be used was aloof, and even though he was dressed as a monk, that was impossible to believe. In this day and age, there's no such occupation as ninja. I'd wish to correct that as soon as possible, even as Miyuki earnestly protested. Don't misunderstand by labeling us ninjas. We are fully legitimate shinobi. It's a tradition, not an occupation. He replied while wagging his finger back and forth. It was altogether rather rude. We respect your legitimacy, so please stop it with all the mystery. Why is Sensei so? Frivolous, he had been about to say, but give up. It was quite pointless. He had learned that by now. The wannabe monk, well, actually, does have the qualifications of a genuine monk. Koukou Nawe Yakumo is a self-ascribed shinobi, or more liberally, an Ninjutsu user. Just as he insisted, he's an operative who draws the line with only surpassing physical capabilities, teaching the ways of ancient magic. At a time when magic was becoming a target of science, and still concealed from the public world, and thought of as fiction, it was revealed. Yet mastery such as ninjutsu had somehow became classified not as mere forms of medieval martial arts, but categories of magic. Yet rather than fiction, it's probably closer to think of it as a mysterious art. Naturally, as with other magic systems, the legend doesn't tell the whole truth. The transformations in the ninjutsu of storytellers are just high-speed movements and illusions. Not just ninjutsu, but all traditional forms of magic rely on tricks like that, and things such as transformations, shape-shifting, and alchemy are considered impossible in many fields of modern magic. The Koukou Nawe Yakumo, whom Miyuki calls Sensei and Tatsuya calls Master, was one who passed on such traditional shinobi magic know-how. However, putting aside his priestly attire, was deemed a falsehood anyway. His appearance in residence notwithstanding, no matter how you look at it, he lacked a sense of propriety. Is that the uniform of the first high school? Yes, we had that entrance ceremony yesterday. I see. It's nice. Today I have come to inform you about our entrance ceremony, but I believe you already know that brand new green uniform, neat and clean has become some sort of hidden charm. Almost like a flower bud that is about to open, a shoot about to sprout. Ah, yes, Bawe. This is truly Bawe. At this massively rising tension, Miyuki was slowly backing away. Then suddenly Yakumo twisted around while raising his left hand above his head. Thwack! The sound of an arm chopping down. Master, you're frightening me, okay? Could you please calm down a bit? Not bad, that's Yakumo. Taking me from the back, but blocking Tatsuya's right arm with his left. Yakumo lashed out from the right, weaving his arm in a figure 8. It was enveloped by a fist just as it was about to reach the side. As Yakumo effortlessly somersaulted forward, aiming a kick at the back of Tatsuya's head. Tatsuya deftly spun around and dodged. The gap between the two closed. A sigh rose from the spectators. At some point in time, these two had been surrounded by a large circle of people. Yakumo and Tatsuya exchanged blows again. It was not just Miyuki whose hands were clenched. Anxiety. Ever since Tatsuya was a middle school first-year student, or to be precise, since October, this kind of chaos would occur and finish before a relative peace would settle upon the grounds every morning. The disciples would return to their own exercises, and the only ones who would remain before the main Building would be the siblings Tatsuya and Miyuki along with Yakumo Sensei here. Would Onisama like some as well? Oh, Miyuki good. Thanks. Please wait a little. In only one hand, Yakumo, still sweating, took the cup and towel from Miyuki with a smile while Tatsuya, breathing roughly and sprawled on the ground, raised a hand in acknowledgement before mistakenly picking himself up. Onisama, are you alright? As Tatsuya began struggle to rise, Miyuki, with a worried expression, knelt down beside him. Without concern for her clothes, and began to wipe him with the towel in hand. Yeah, I'm fine. Neither of them noticed the warm expression Yakumo was making as Tatsuya took the towel from Miyuki and after a pause gathered his strength and sprang up. I'm sorry I ended up getting your skirt dirty. Tatsuya's jacket was naturally of stained with dirt, but Miyuki did not need to point that out. This much is nothing. Miyuki smiled in response and instead of brushing off her skirt, took out a thin mobile terminal. The front of the device was almost entirely taken up by a force feedback panel on which she began entering digits. Miyuki was holding a general mobile CAD, the most popular form of bracelet, as the risk of dropping a mobile is considerable. The main advantage of Miyuki's CAD is that it can be used with one hand. Its advanced position is like having both hands occupied each of required. A complex pattern of light was drawn with the left and holding the CAD as the magic was initiated. The tool of a modern magician displays of wands and stones, a machine produced by the magical engineering the CAD. This device, which incorporates synthetic materials that convert neon signals to electric signals, uses the neon for magic ritual to produce and collect electronic magic, the activation ritual. The activation ritual is the blueprint of magic. Within it exists information equal or greater to the combined data of lengthy incantations, complex symbols, and rapid shift mudras. Pages include neon particles inherent in their bodies into the activation sequence output by the CAD, and feed that from the subconscious magic processing system present in all magicians into the magic operations area. Here, the activation sequence is expanded and all of the necessary parameters input in order to assemble the magic ritual. In this way, the CAD allows the processing of all the necessary components for magic in a single moment. Evanescent clouds appeared out of nowhere and wrapped around Miyuki from her skirt to her black leggings all the way down to her sandals. Particles also flew out from the air and part from Tatsuya's back all the way around his whole body. After the thin mist cleared up, the uniform and jacket of the two were immaculate as ever. Onisama, would you like breakfast? If Sensei wants, you may join as well. Miyuki, as if that had been only natural, asked in a light tone as he raised the basket. In fact, Tatsuya knew full well that such a magic was indeed nothing at all to his sister. Both Tatsuya and Yakumo were sitting down on the veranda, stuffing themselves with sandwiches. Miyuki held the sandwich in one hand and with the other gallantly served it Tatsuya by handing him tea and plate. As he watched this scene with a smile, Yakumo had sensed ill will coming from somewhere. After wiping his hands and mouth with a towel held out by a shaven pupil, he put his hands together and bowed towards Miyuki, whispering something in a quiet voice. It's possible I'm unable to beat Tatsuya-kun in pure martial arts already. There was unmistakable admiration. If any other student had been around, envy would have been inevitable. Indeed, the disciples waiting on Yakumo were directing a mixture of jealousy and envy at Tatsuya upon hearing these words. Miyuki was beaming as much as if these words had been directed to her. However, Tatsuya's heart was unable to be moved by such simple praise. I can say I'm terribly gratified by these words because when you just admonished me earlier at Tatsuya's grumbling rebuttal, Yakumo gave a surprised laugh. That's only natural, Tatsuya-kun. I am your master after all, and I had faced you in an arena where I am dominant. You are still 15. If I had fallen to someone who's only half my age, all of my disciples will be running out on me. I believe Onisama should be more honest. It is rare to be praised by Sensei, so I think you should take this opportunity to laugh proudly. Miyuki was still praising in her virtuous tone, but her mouth was shaped in a smile. I think that would make me look a bit like a prick, but Yakumo and Miyuki were laughing happily, and even Tatsuya was not so stubborn as not to try himself and join. Tatsuya's bitter smile changed into wryness, all the severity fading away. In general, both commuting to work and school is now accomplished via mini rail cars and depots that live on a systematic schedule. The concept of the full train is the thing of the past. It's not just train, but all major forms of public transportation have undergone drastic changes in the last century. Large vehicles that accommodate dozens of passengers in designated seats are no longer used except in some high-speed, long-haul cases. A small vehicle called the cabinet, which consists of a small linear 2 or 4-seat car linked to a central control system, is now mainstream. Both power and energy derive from the track, so the size is about half a car of the same capacity. People line up sequentially on a platform above the cabinet, but derive their destination from a ticket or pass, then move off along the tracks. The tracks are divided into 3 speeds, and there is a traffic control system that manages the flow of traffic as well as overseeing transitioning of cars from slow tracks to the high-speed tracks. The shift from high speed back to slow as the car approaches the destination and the docking of the car at the destination platform. It's similar to lane changing while on a highway, and such a high-density operation was only made possible thanks to advances in control technology, as if it would be necessary to securely consolidate the running of dozens of cars that transport the same amount as larger vehicles would have in the past. In the case of medium to long-haul commutes between cities, cabinets are solved and trailers run on a 4th high-speed track instead. The larger trailers allow the passengers to travel in greater comfort and more amenities, but they are rarely used in regular commuting. The romantic success of the past, such as the transmitting of the train, can no longer occur on the daily computer school anymore. The matter for not even being able to meet with friends. The threat of the second is thoroughly eradicated. Within the cabinet, there is no security camera or mic. One cannot leave the seat of the car while the car is moving to the emergency bulkheads that separate the seats. Furthermore, the public consensus is that privacy is preferred. The train nowadays has the same privacy as a private car. There are cabinets with security measures that seat only one passenger, or one can rent a 2-seat car alone, taking off 4 seats. With 2 or fewer people incurs surcharge. But of course, Tatsuya and Miyuki don't travel separately, and today they're commuting to school together as well. Onisama, the thing is, Tatsuya was looking at the news via the terminal screen, heard his hesitant words, and looked up in a hurry. It was rare for his sister to speak in such a reluctant manner. It had to be something bad. Yesterday evening, I received a call from these people. Those people, by that did father do something to anger you again? No, it's those people have been vigorously celebrating their daughter's school admission, and Onisama have they really, that's what they're talking about. It's the same as always. At her brother's words, she dropped her face as her features clouded, and in the next moment, the sound of her teeth grinding together in anger could be heard drifting out from under the long hair that hid her expression. I see, no matter how you look at it, it's just a rather fleeting hope, but in the end, they didn't even bother sending an email to Onisama. Those people are those. Calm down. As Miyuki struggled against an anger that could not be expressed in words, Tatsuya, who was sitting beside her, took her hand to his breath and gave a squeeze. The temperature in the car that had suddenly implemented activated the heaters out of season, and a warm wind blew throughout the now silent cabin. I'm very sorry, I became upset. After making sure that the uncontrolled dog magic had stopped, Tatsuya let go of Miyuki. He then clapped lightly while looking into Miyuki's eyes and smiled gently, showing that there was nothing wrong. I ignored father's wish of continuing to help with company work and entered high school. I didn't expect any congratulations at all. That much of father's nature at least is understand, right? For my own parents to act so pathetically childish, it's infuriating. In the first place, if he wanted to separate me from Onisama, he should notify me and then on first. He doesn't even have the courage to do that. In any case, when will they stop thinking they can use Onisama however they please? Is it not to be expected that a 15-year-old would enter high school? The thought of her aunt being notified and so forth caused him to recall severe discomfort just because someone ordered it. Tatsuya would never have any intention of leaving Miyuki by herself. But without bringing that up, Tatsuya's face unintentionally slipped the hollow mask and he gave a cynical laugh. There is no compulsory education, so it is not exactly expected pressure. Both father and Sayuri-san have approved my coming of age. So I'm better sure that I can simply find a way to make me useful. If you think of that, it as if they're relying on me, then it's not something to get angry over. You say that, Onisama, it was considerable reluctance, but Miyuki gave a nod and Tatsuya created a sign of relief. Miyuki does not know the full truth of Tatsuya's involvement with the magical engineer equipment maker, Star Leaf Technology, where their father served in the development of Excellency. He had made up many things in his spare time, so misinforming her to believing he had a reasonable job was a simple task, because he knew that in truth he was merely used as a piece of recovery equipment for research samples. It was very possible that she could have paralyzed the entire transport system. In spite of his fears, the train moved unsteadily as it began to transition into the slow lane. In the first year Class E, there was a considerable sense of chaos. In all probability, a similar scene was playing out throughout the other classroom. Many students just met each other yesterday, and already small groups have formed up here and there, chatting away, with no new acquaintances to greet. Tatsuya was turned to find his own terminal by eyeing the number stamps to each desk when suddenly his name was called unexpectedly. He looked up. Morning. Erika's voice was bravely random. Good morning. Beside her, Mizuki's smile was comparatively modest. As if they were already on good terms, Erika was seated next to Mizuki, waving her hand. It seems like they've been talking until they found him. Tatsuya raised a hand in acknowledgement, then walked over to the pair. Other than a coincidence, it seems like they have been sorted alphabetically. He is hence a Shiba and Shibata. Tatsuya was next to Mizuki. It seems will be next to each other, please to make your acquaintance. Yes, I'll be in your care. Mizuki answered Tatsuya's words with a smile. Besides them, or rather above them, Erika had a rather dissatisfied expression, probably on purpose. For some reason, I feel left out. Her voice echoed in a rather incredulous fashion. However, this level of cuteness was not enough to reach Tatsuya. Leaving out Shiba-san would be an difficult matter. His lone expression deadpan, he looked over at Erika with knitted eyes. He didn't seem like he was acting in the least. What the heck is that supposed to mean? Simply that your sociability knows no bounds. Despite Erika's unwavering gaze, Tatsuya spoke her face with a flicker an inch. Rather, it was Erika who broke first. Shiba-kun is actually a bad character, as Mizuki fell over laughing. Tatsuya set his ID card into the terminal and began its information section. From course regulations, disciplinary regulations, and rules concerning the use of facilities to admission associated events, automatic activity guides, the curriculum for the semester, countless classes of information scrolled through his head as he operated the terminal with just a keyboard, and when he looked up, it was the face into the face of a male student looking back at him from the seat, front wide-eyed. It's not like a problem with you watching me, but my bad is something really rare, so I ended up staring. Rare? I'm pretty sure it's rare now. This is the first time I have seen someone only using keyboard input. In your experience, this method is faster, although between this, visual pointers and neural assistant is also the least accurate. Yeah, the speed is amazing, that should be enough to keep me comfortable for computing while right, no, possibly a part-time job at best. That's so? Whoa, I haven't introduced myself yet. I'm Saito Leonhardt. My father's a half, my mother's a quarter, so while I look Japanese, my name is Western. My specialty is conversion systematic reinforcement magic. My desired cause is to hold my body and become either right body or a mountain guardsman. You can call me Leo. With the magic youth of today who have a career that they're already aspiring, but do by the time of high school is generally unusual. But magic high schools are the exception. The course that magicians at this age still undertake are closely judged their intent, their talent, or rather natural ability. That is why Tatsuya didn't find Leo's insertion of his hopes for the future in itself in the declaration called I'm Shiba Tatsuya, but Tatsuya is just fine. Okay, Tatsuya. So what magic do you specialize in? My practical skills are severely lacking, so I'm planning to become a magic engineer. I see. No wonder you look so smart. Magic engineers or magic artificers are abbreviation for magical engineering specialists. Refer to the ones who coordinate, develop, and manufacture the machinery that amplifies, strengthens, and assists with magic. In terms of social standing, they are below that of proper magicians. Under the magic industry, frequently the that of magicians. The income of a top magic artificer can readily surprise past that of a top magician. Because of that, it's not uncommon for those who lack abilities in their magic to aim for becoming magic artificers. What's that? Shiba-kun, you want to be a magic artificer? Tatsuya, who is the heck is this random guy? At the sight of Erika bounding up the with all the attention of one who's sloping around with it. For a scoop, Leo pointed and asked with some disdain, "What? Calling someone a random guy all of a sudden? Not to mention pointing? How rude, how absolutely rude. That must be why you're not popular. The heck, the rude one here is you. Just cut your slightly good looking. Don't get all stuck up. Looks are all important, you know. Although I suppose someone as sloppy while looking at you wouldn't understand. And what is that slang? That kind of thing is from the wrong century. Why don't you get with the times? Wah. Erica had a scornful sneer on her face when Leo was speechless and sputtering. Erica-san, please stop. You went a bit too far. Leo, just drop it. They're both wrong and further arguing would be pointless. But Mizuki naturally intervened in an attempt to dispel the volatile air. Mizuki said so, got it. The two of them averted their eyes while they turned around. Tatsuya thought that with their similar strength of mind and unyielding nature, they were actually rather compatible.